Alright, what's going on, y'all? As you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be making a tier list of the DPS Marvel Rivals that I believe has the highest solo carry potential. Not just like the best DPS in the game, but if you're solo queuing from bronze and want to see how high you can get in the ranks, this is my opinion on who to use to carry your teammates if you believe you're better than them. So to jump right in, I'm going to go with my favorite DPS in the game, Psylocke, instant S tier. Just master her kit, master how to use her and her playstyle, and you can be the best assassin in the game. Just choose your target, take him out, get out of there. She's my favorite DPS to use. Anytime I'm struggling or our team is struggling, I swap on, do what I got to do, and we usually can move the cart or take the objective, whatever it is. Taking out the healers is the main objective with her. I'm going to get out of the way. Black Widow, D. Sure, you can headshot people. That's it. She's D. Moving on. My least favorite DPS in the game, Squirrel Girl. I'm throwing her at C. You can get a lot of damage with her. You can get a lot of value with her kit. But overall, I mean, I don't believe she's a good solo carry DPS. If anything, you're just feeding alts. And I just really dislike Squirrel Girl. I'm going to leave it at that. I do not like her at all. Next, we're going to go Iron Fist. You can be a really good Iron Fist. You can carry games with Iron Fist, but I'm throwing him at C. He has so many hard counters. Overall, it's just not really the best kit to carry your team. You're not going to get a lot of kills. Like I said, with any of the people I name here, even with Scarlet Witch, I mean, I personally got destroyed by a Scarlet Witch. Black Widow, my bad. I got destroyed by one. So you can be good with absolutely anybody. Don't let this steer you away from playing characters. So you can be a S tier Iron Fist and you can carry yourself there. But me personally, if you're like just kind of starting in the game or you're not really that good at DPS, this is my opinion on the easiest ones to use to carry people and yourself up ranks. But like I said, I've got absolutely wiped with a Black Widow before. So don't let it steer you away from playing people, just in general. With that being said, we're going to go into Magic here. Magic is also S tier. I mean, she is probably the best. Her and Bucky, I think we'll get to that later, but they're both insanely good. I mean, once you learn how to use them, you can brawl, you can take out tanks, you can dive, you can do everything. So with that being said, we're going to put Bucky at S tier too. I mean, again, his ult is game-changing. It can win you rounds. It can win you games. His whole kit is amazing. His survivability is really good because his abilities let you recharge your armor and everything. I mean, y'all know, if you play this game, you know how good he is. So we're going to leave it at that. He's S tier, obviously. Next, we're going to go with Storm. Storm's a little weird because she got a huge... she got a small buff, but it hugely impacted the amount she's picked. I'm throwing her at A here. A lot of people put her at S, but I think once you get into higher ranks, for one, she's banned all the time anyway. Once you hit Diamond, she's banned like almost every game you play. But without the ban, so say you're anywhere from Bronze to Platinum, I might put her S because her alt charge is very fast. You get a lot of damage. But overall, once you get a little higher in the ranks, I mean, they bring out a Scarlet Witch, they bring out a Star-Lord, bring out a Hela, and you're kind of cooked. But she is really good, and she's a lot better than she was last season. And you can get a lot of potential with her. But I'm going to leave it right there at the A tier. That's just where I think she belongs at. Next, we're going to grab Spider-Man here. Spider-Man, I want to put him in the same category as Iron Fist. But I do believe that a good Spider-Man is a little bit better than a good Iron Fist. So I'm going to put him at B tier. I've seen people absolutely carry with Spider-Man, but I've seen people absolutely carry with every player in the game. So general consensus, I'm going to keep him at B. If you absolutely master him, you can make a bigger impact, but there's also a lot of Spider-Mans that are absolute throwers, same with Iron Fist, so we're going to leave him right there at B. I think next we're going to grab Iron Man right here. And Iron Man is another weird one because it is based off bans. If you don't know, he has a team up with Doctor Strange and Hulk that gives him an insane damage boost that puts him around the same tier as Storm, but in general, without it, I'm going to put him around B. I feel like this B tier is very dependent on the player because even without the boost, you can be a good Iron Man, but Iron Man and Spider-Man both have very hard counters that completely take him out of the game. So if you're in a higher elo, you're going to get countered. But you could still carry with these players, so put him right at B. I think next we're going to grab Hawkeye here. Hawkeye is weird. Him and Hella both. I'll go over Hella next. But in season 0, they were both S tier, and they got small nerfs. But I don't really think it affected Hella as much as it did Hawkeye. Hawkeye still has insane carry potential, but I just think he's a little bit worse than Hella because of his kit and his survivability. If you're playing solo, who knows if you're going to be protected? Who knows if you're going to get pocketed? So I think I'm going to put him at B here, even though he could be really, really good and he could carry you. If you're playing in like a bronze to silver to gold rank and you're really good, I would play Hawkeye every game, put him at S tier. You could just headshot everybody, call it a day, and move on. But once you move up in those ranks, I mean, he can get countered easily unless he's being pocketed. Even then, you can still counter him. But I think I'm going to keep him at B. He's not played nearly as much. He's not banned at all. And overall, I don't really see him getting as much value as he did last season. But he's still really good, so B it is. Next, Hella. I think that's an easy A. She also got nerfed in this new season, but I don't think it hit her as hard as it hit Hawkeye. She just has to hit one more shot pretty much. But the main reason I put her over Hawkeye is I think her kit is more complete. You can kill tanks with your right click and your stun. You have CC, which Hawkeye doesn't. You have escapability with your bird, which Hawkeye doesn't. And overall, I think she's more flexible, and you can carry a lot more with her. She's not so dependent on situations. You can pretty much run her into any team comp and just headshot, body shot, headshot, and they're done. So yeah, I'm gonna leave her right there at A. I think next we're gonna grab Wolverine. Easy, throw him at A. Sometimes even S tier. He absolutely ruins games. He's in the same boat as Storm, which is before you hit Diamond, you can play him every single game, and you're gonna change the other team's team comp. That's a big thing too. Is a lot of people just want to play what they want to play. I've noticed that even in Grandmaster, they're just, I don't really care about team comp. I want to play Spider-Man, or I want to play Rocket. I don't really care. But Wolverine, Storm, these are people that make the other team swap what they're running. Like they have to adjust to it or they're just going to lose. Same with Iron Man. If you don't adjust to these players, they're going to win the game easily. So if the other team's running like a Groot and Doctor Strange, or just two tanks in general, and you have a Wolverine, they're going to swap off two tanks, most likely. Magneto kind of counters him, but if you just wait for him to use his bubble on a teammate, you can abduct him the same way you do any other tank. If you don't change your comp for him, you're going to win the game. Next, we're going to grab Moon Knight here. Moon Knight is a weird one because his ult and his team up with Groot, or not team up, but you can just combo his ult with Groot. Makes him S tier, but in general, if you're solo queuing and you're just running Moon Knight, I think I'm going to put him in the B tier with these heroes here because they can carry, but you're kind of feeding ults a lot. You're feeding your own ult, sure, but it's not really the character that you want to just insta-lock every game. I don't know. He's easy to counter. Just dive him. As Psylocke, I love diving Moon Knight. He's just sitting on a roof throwing his fucking onk on the ground, and if your teammates don't shoot the onks, you're going to lose the game because you can't heal through him. Him and Squirrel Girl together are just brain dead, pour damage into a corner, and you can lose games that way playing against that combo. But in general, solo queue Moon Knight, please stop auto-locking DPS when there's no healers. There's already 3 DPS, and you're going to be the 4th one, your Moon Knight. Stop it, okay? Anyways, next we're going to go into Punisher here. Punisher is my second favorite DPS. I kind of want to put him in S, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to put him in A here. It depends how you play him, if you learn how to use him right, because a lot of players just feed the support ults and they just shoot tanks, which is not how you're supposed to play him. You can get a lot of damage, but damage doesn't mean nearly as much as final hits do. And a lot of players don't realize that. They're like, oh, I had way more damage than you. But it's really about finishing those kills, because if you're just pouring damage onto their team, you're just feeding their fucking Luna Snow ult, and she's going to put on a show every time y'all fight. So if you know how to use Punisher correctly, he can be S tier. The only reason I'm putting it A is because he can be countered. His mobility is not that good, even with the tech and all that. I mean, I feel like I die a lot as Punisher sometimes because people just target you once you're on your turn or once you're frying them. With the Rocket team up, I'd put him at S, but in general, we'll leave him at A here. He can carry games, absolutely. All right, next we're going to grab Mr. Fantastic here. Oh, man. I mean, when he first dropped, I thought he was going to be crazy, but I'm putting him at C. He's just an off tank. You know what I mean? It's just he doesn't have carry potential. You're not solo carrying with the Mr. Fantastic. You're just not. You can. I've seen people do it. I've seen people carry with anybody, but yeah, no. Overall, his kit doesn't give you the potential to lead the whole lobby in final hits, and it's just not what he's for. So I'm gonna leave him right here at C. Next in the C category, I'm throwing Wanda there. Wanda can counter Storm. She can counter some people. She has a good team up with Magneto, but overall, her kit is not nearly powerful enough to solo carry you to GM. I mean, you can do it, like I said, with any of these people, but overall, she's not the most powerful pick. And I kind of hate when my teammates play her. I don't really like her. Next, we're gonna go to Black Panther here. It's kind of hard because I've played against Panthers who absolutely destroy my backline and me and everybody. But I've also played against some who are useless and get hard countered by a Luna and an Amor. But this is if you're solo carrying your team. So I'm going to throw him here at B. I just don't think he is a better diver than these two characters are. He doesn't do nearly enough damage. You can be very efficient with him, like I said, with any of these heroes. But overall, his carry potential, I think, is around a B. You're not really going to carry the whole team. You can make a big impact, but yeah, we're leaving him there. All right, next we're going to go to Star-Lord here, and I think it's needless to say Star-Lord is an S-tier DPS. His carry potential is through the roof. He has a complete kit. You can counter flying characters. You can dive the backline. You can brawl in the middle. You can avoid almost any ult with your right click. Your ult is just aimbot, insta-kill whoever you want to kill, or just draw out a support ult every time. He has insane carry potential. And last but not least, we have Namor down here, which I don't know if he's a popular DPS, but he should be. Okay, he's really fucking good. And this is about carry potential, solo queue carry potential. Namor probably has top 3 behind maybe Bucky and Magic in carry potential because he is so good. And you don't even have to be that good. Just learn his projectile. His primary fire is projectile based. Just learn his damage fall off. Or not his damage fall off, the fall off of the projectile, because there is no damage fall off. And it's like, it's over. Throw 2 squids down, right click, splash damage, squids go into overdrive, left click, they're dead. I mean, he hard counters every dive. It is kind of hard to hard counter Black Panther without the Luna Snow team up because the squids just don't even follow him when he's dashing. But if they don't have dive, you can play dive as the more. Just flank, take out the healers. I mean, it's like he has probably one of the highest DPS in the game, and he makes a huge impact. So if you don't play him, you definitely should. Stop playing Moon Knight every game. Play Namor every game. You're going to win so many more games. He's just the most complete DPS in the game. He's so good. He doesn't have any drip at all, but he's so good. So that's my list. Let me know if y'all agree who y'all would move. Maybe you're mad that you're an Iron Fist main and he's in C, or you think Black Panther should be higher. But this is just overall solo queue carry potential. It's my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. See y'all in the next one.